team of 12 officers from the Ministry of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources Development and Rural Economy, Government of Sri Lanka, arrived in Chennai on 25th November 2018 to undergo a 10 days capacity building course on implementation of Sustainable Development Goal 14, Life Below Water. The course is being conducted by the Bay of Bengal program, Inter-Governmental organization. The capacity building course started today, that is 26th of November 2018, with the arrival of the 12 participants and the chief guest of the opening session, Mr. V. Krishnamurthy, Deputy High Commissioner, Deputy High Commission of the Government of Sri Lanka in Chennai. The first day's proceedings began with the lighting of the traditional lamp. The chief guest, representatives of the participants and the faculty joined in lighting the lamp and making an auspicious beginning to this important training course. Welcoming the chief guest and the participants, Dr. Y.S. Yadava, Director, Bay of Bengal Program, referred to the importance of the capacity building course and how it can help in implementation of SDG 14 in Sri Lanka. Capacity building course on SDG 14 for 12 officials of the Government of Sri Lanka to the Bay of Bengal program. I might not be wrong to say that perhaps this is the first training course on SDG 14 being organized in this part of the world for government officials representing the fishery sector. Mr. V. Krishnamurthy, Deputy High Commissioner of Sri Lanka in Chennai, highlighted the importance of oceans in the economy of Sri Lanka and how public servants can contribute to implementation of SDGs in the country, in particularly Goal 14, Life Below Water.
The country's strategic development framework can be examined via its long-term development plan, Vision 2025, and the Blue-Green Budget of 2018. However, there are several inefficiencies in the implementation of this framework.
The opening session also witnessed self-introduction by the 12 participants, a group photograph, and interactions with the chief guest. Prior to the technical presentations, Dr. E. Vivekanandan, Consultant, Bay of Bengal Program, presented the course overview and explained the broad complexion of the course.
Plan of my presentation is that I will be talking on the targets of SDG 14. Each target has got the indicators just to assess how the targets are implemented and performing, and then the implementation, how best this could be implemented at the present level, how it is implemented, and how we can move forward to make better implementation.
Dr. Y.S. Yadava elaborated on the SDGs, including the philosophy behind the goals, their objectives, their interrelationships, and how the SDGs are different from the Millennium Development Goals. Each goal is important in itself, but it should not be looked in isolation. All goals need to be looked how they complement each other and how they can be implemented by integrating ministries, departments, agencies, and also the general public. And I think if that integration is there, it would be much easier to implement the SDGs rather than by considering each goal separately. Dr. Milindo Chakravarti, Fellow, Research and Information System, New Delhi, and Professor at the O.P. Jindal Global University, discussed the importance of regional cooperation in implementation of the SDGs in general and SDG 14 in particular.
These all 17 goals are absolutely interlinked with one another. And the most fundamental job that we have at hand is to appreciate and analyze the linkages across these 17 goals. Why? When? What are the forms of linkages? The linkages have been better identified by the idea of 3P.
Lunchtime activities as interesting as the lunch itself. Selfies were the highlights of this break. Post-lunch was devoted to a detailed presentation of SDG 14 by Dr. E. Vivekanandan. The goal, its targets, indicators and linkages were very elaborately explained by Dr. Vivekanandan. In the last session of the day, participants were divided into 3 groups of 4 each and were asked to elaborate on how much SDG 14 has so far been aligned in Sri Lanka. The 3 groups then made presentations highlighting the work carried out so far in terms of policy alignment with SDG 14 and activities undertaken in support of the policy alignment. The first day concluded with a wrap-up of the activities and preparing for day 2.